I'm Mara, and I've been an intern here for the past three weeks, and it has been a fantastic experience, and I can't believe it's already over. I will be going through my experience in a kind of unusual way. I've been doing theater for quite some time, and one of my director's favorite words is called flopper, and each letter has a significant word to it, and through those words I kind of learned a lot more in depth about each one of them. So for flopper, the first word is focus, and especially with this line of work, you really need to be you need to be very present in what you're doing. From simply laminating badges to cutting bookmarks. For one of the examples, I was cutting this bookmark that I made for backstage tours, and for some odd reason, the alignment wasn't working very well, so I had to figure out a way to cut the bookmarks so that it wouldn't destroy one or the other. And it took a lot of tries and took a lot of trial and error, but I finally figured out that if I flipped the other way and have the closer words together, I would know where the line should be. So, I mean, it took a lot of focus, and and even for the creation of this bookmark, it took a lot of focus and a lot of frustration, but we managed to get through it, and we made this bookmark. So it was quite a task to pass those around. For the next word is willingness, and I think that this is a very important aspect for no matter what job you're in. Willingness, it's about being willing to do whatever is asked of you, even if it is to make coffee and you've never made it before in your entire life.
Sorry for people who drink it.
I think it mainly is the meaning behind being willing to learn and be willing to listen and understand that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have trial and error and overflow the coffee machine. Small little incident there. And just be willing to be open-minded about anything that you're supposed to do. And I mean, for the first week I was in the copper room, which is the rehearsal area for those who don't know. And I was setting up tables and, helping make copies of things. The next week I was in wigs, not really knowing what was going on because I don't know anything about wigs, but I learned, so that was the whole willing side of it. Then up here I was in 18th floor doing some office work, which was really exciting. So it was a very diverse experience, and that's what I really liked about it. And it was great because I don't like doing one thing for the entire time. The next word is adult appreciation, and I think it really speaks for itself and how I appreciate every single one of you guys helping me out and being there for me, even just sitting there eating some Milky Ways, and just teaching me so much. And for opera, I've never been experienced in opera. I mean, I've heard about operas, I've listened to a few songs from operas or arias from operas, but I've never actually been in the world of operas, and so this was a really great experience for me to have and to, make me more of a well-rounded artist in that sense. Next word, professionalism. It goes for both clothing-wise and for attitude-wise. For the first few weeks I came dressed really nicely, I wanted to look presentable all the time, but then as I got more comfortable, I figured I didn't really need to dress that nice. So, but at the same time, I did need to dress professionally, and it was more dressing for the level of the people around you, which is very important to know for internships for next year. Attitude-wise, you need to stay at a certain level of professionalism, but at the same time, still have a friendly attitude. You don't want to always be like, work, 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 but you also want to have that connection with people that, you need to have those connections so that they're willing to be able to work with you when the time comes to be in that certain area. The next word for flopper is example, and everyone that I've worked with has been a very big example for me to be a better worker when I go into the workforce, because I have never worked in a building like this. I've never worked like this before. And I hope that I was an example to you guys, to be cheery all the time and, be bouncy when it's necessary and laugh constantly. It's always good to laugh. So everyone here was an example to me in a way, and I will take away something from each and every one of you. For those I didn't work as much with, to those who I worked a lot with. So the next word is respect, and I think that is one of the most important words, especially in this line of work, to have respect towards each other. And from artists to staff members to having that respect with each other, and being willing to get to know somebody even if you don't know them that well. For me, being a 16-year-old high schooler up in this 18th floor of a building, everyone treated me like, I was one of their coworkers, which was a really special opportunity for me. And that definitely, that made me work a lot harder because I wanted to prove myself and be like, I'm not this random 16-year-old high school student trying to work in the opera. I'm here trying to, prove myself and know that I can, if I choose to go this route in life, I can do this. And I really appreciate that from everyone here who worked with me. The last word, it's support. And this word is very important to me in the sense that since I've never worked in this area before, everyone here was very supportive and very, very understanding of if I were to make a mistake, if I didn't know how to do a certain thing, like use the copy machine. It was really important to me that everyone was so nice to me and so okay with the fact that I didn't know what I was doing the majority of the time. And I have a funny story. The first day of work, I had to make these lovely little badges. First thing I get in, they're like, here, make some badges. I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but okay. And I started to get the hang of it, and then all of a sudden, I happened to stick two of the badges together. And I was a little scared, because I was like, this is my first day, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to, make a mistake or anything like that. And I took the chance of being like, Joan, look, I made a mistake, what do I do, how do I fix it? And she was extremely nice about it. She fixed the problem. She just took them apart, and it was fine. But, the fact that she was very calm about it and very nice about it, that really stuck out to me as I can be comfortable here. I have that opportunity to, be myself at the same time as learn so many new things to create the older me, the, person going off to college and having to work more internships like this. If you want to. You're welcome to look at my badge. Thanks.
Beautiful badge.
They're exciting to look at. And I mean, all around, I think that this has just been such an amazing experience, and the amount of communication that we have here is amazing. I mean, I text Anne Louise, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be late. She's like, okay. I email Joan constantly, and it's just like a great opportunity for me to learn how to communicate with people who are older than me, but still have that level of, professionalism, but still co-worker type of writing skills for emails. And it's just been all around an amazing